Virgos, welcome to your love reading for July 2020. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My email is below. Send me one and we can set it up. Make sure you click on the link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, an ex, or soon to be ex. And in that spread, I will have what's something you do not know about them, in addition to if they are seeing somebody at this time or interested in somebody at this time. Check out my playlist. In there, I have my 2020 Sun Moon predictions. What is your ideal career based on your midheaven sign? What is your compatibility with your partner's sun sign? Ask me a question on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Let's get to your reading. Okay, so I did pre-shuffle these. I will be shuffling the clarifiers. We start off with the Knight of Pentacles here for as you, what are the influences you passed out of prior to July? We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What I'm kind of getting from this is that somebody does not plan on or didn't plan on moving outside of what they had kind of set in stone. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is a super stubborn energy. He will not take a step toward anything that he doesn't think is going to work or what have you. I mean, there's just no talking to him in general. Really being stuck in your comfort zone, not wanting to take any kind of risk in regards to anything. This could have been you. Could have been the other person that you were kind of seeing. I'll know a little bit more when I pull clarifiers. I'm wondering if it might have been you though, but I don't want to say anything yet until we pull the clarifiers, like I said. As we move into July, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I feel like whatever this unison was no longer, whether it was you that initiated it or the other person, whatever the situation is. I mean, it doesn't matter who dumped to or what kind of happened, who exited the relationship. What's coming out of it is in July, you're actually having a realization. So you're realizing things that haven't worked for you in the past, ways of doing things in the past that haven't worked before, and deciding, I can't keep on being like this. I have to change. I can't keep on having this same pattern when it comes to love. And that's why I had the tendency to believe it might have been you, the Knight of Pentacles here. Just being really set in your way of thinking or your expectations in regards to a relationship or how the other person should be in regards to you. And I really think in July, you just have this come to Jesus and say, it hasn't worked in the past. It's not going to work in the future. And I don't want to be this person anymore when it comes to love. So you just decide, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to figure out how I can change things. A lot of times what I say to people is when you find yourself reacting to a situation and you catch yourself and it's the same way that you always react, swing the pendulum to the other side and what is the total opposite of that reaction. So let's say if you're a person that's really reactive, catch yourself and say, when you feel that anger or the argumentativeness or whatever to counter somebody, stop yourself and say, what's the total opposite of this? Okay, the total opposite is not to react, is not to initiate an argument. So I'm just using that as an example. So I feel like you're going to have these discoveries in regards to love in July, and it's really going to improve things for you if you really kind of sort of follow through with that. Now, I see the Six of Cups here in reverse, and this is as you transition out of July. So here's where the regrets kind of hit home. Okay, I feel like the way that you saw the reason why things kind of played themselves out the way they did, and here you have the regrets in regards to that. I hear you're having more regrets because now you're kind of having a hard time letting go of this person that you were in the relationship with. And you're really starting to think about the good times. You're really starting to think about the what ifs and what if I'd done this or we could have worked this out or what have you. And I don't want to totally say that this relationship is set sail because energies change all the time. Okay, so there's a possibility of that in the future. But the Six of Cups in reverse often talks about it's in the past for a reason. They're an ex for a reason. You might want to let go of it because all of the wonderful memories are rising to the top. You forget about all the bad stuff, and that's when you're in a real vulnerable state and not seeing the reality of the situation. Okay. So why is the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse for Virgo's energies prior to July? Who is this person? What is this energy? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse for Virgos? King of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah. I feel like, you know what, I feel it takes more than two. I mean, it takes more than one, okay? So I do see that you're very set in your ways. I see you as this King of Pentacles, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I feel like you've built things up based on, you've worked very hard for things, and you've worked very hard to have things in a certain way. This reading is probably going to reach to the people who are either more mature in age or more mature emotionally, okay? Because I get the whole being set in your ways thing was about, hey, I worked hard for this stuff, I have it around me, I've lived a long time, I like things a certain way. You know, I didn't become successful, you know, or stable by or have all these things by just letting someone else lead me around by the nose. So I totally get it. So and you're very kind of cool about that, or you were very cool about that. And this Knight of Swords in reverse, this energy, along with this Seven of Swords, I mean, I think that they were pretty chaotic. I think that they were hard to deal with. I don't think it's necessarily that you were so stuck in your ways or you didn't want to take a risk, but they were just like this tornado kind of coming in, a disorganization, and they were always talking about stuff like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, you know, why don't we? They definitely talked a good game, and then they didn't have any follow-up or any follow-through, because the Knight of Swords in reverse is notorious for that. And you know, and when you tried to pin them on it and be like, well, remember when you said this? They'd be like, what are you talking about? I never said that. I never. And you're like, wait, what? So, I mean, I think they were just really hard. Their energy was really hard to pin down. And, you know, you're just kind of like, well, this is me, and I've worked really hard for this, and this is where I am. And that energy that you're bringing is just kind of wacky. I don't think you entirely trusted this person with the Seven of Swords in the upright. I think they had tendencies to, I mean, the Knight of Swords reverse is not the most honest person. He can lie for sure. And coupled with the Seven of Swords in reverse, I think something about this person was shady. You were just like, you know, like, what's going on? You might be doing that. You felt like maybe they were doing stuff that you weren't privy to, maybe shortcuts, maybe cheating, anything of that sort. So, you know, you are set in your ways, but I get it, because when you're presented with this opposite force of like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's so chaotic. I mean, you're gonna dig your heels in a little bit, and you're gonna stand up for kind of what you believe in and who you are, not like, you know, throw the baby out with the bathwater sort of deal. So we move into this, the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, let me pull. I'm gonna pull clarifiers on that. Inmediatamente. I don't even know how to say clarifiers in Spanish. Con los clarificaciones. ¿Cómo se dice clarifications in Spanish? ¿Sabes? Put it in the comments. Yeah, I know. You guys don't think I talk Spanish, right? I had one person who was like, oh, I like how she's a total white girl being like, adios. Si yo puedo hablar español. Un poquito. Mi madre es de Madrid. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. Why is the Eight of Swords here in the upright? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. Okay, this one is pulling out. Page of Cups in reversed. Okay, so you're rethinking, like, this is a pattern for you. Getting involved with people like this is what, and that's what you're trying to implement change. You're looking back and you're like, why do I like do this? Why do these people land on my doorstep? Why are these people so attracted to me? And I'll tell you why. Because you're like a magnet for people who don't have their crap together. And they'll come to you because they know that you'll fix it. They know that you'll make it better. They can have their crap all over the place, and you're a very solid, very stable, very solid, very stable. Here's the King of Pentacles here to them. So, like I said, you attract people like that. And here in July, you're like, what the hell? Why? you're looking back at all these people you've dated and how they've had these similarities. The Page of Cups in reverse, somebody who's super emotionally mature, they want to play all the time, they don't want to do any work. Sometimes they have addictions, so they could drink too much, they could shoot up too much, whatever it is. But they're selfish. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. It's like a little child. Ace of Swords in reverse, like these people that you can't make a plan with them because they're so all over the place. And then you doubt yourself and you're like, where the hell is this going? What's up with these people? You get very confused because they don't operate like you do. So even though the two of you are attracted to each other in your past, your pattern was to attract these kind of people. That doesn't mean that it works, you know? So with the Six of Swords, you kind of decide, done, I'm out of here. I can't keep on doing this crap anymore. So I really think that you're deciding to transition away from how you've used to be and attract these people. And also, the person that you were involved with, this Knight of Swords, you're like, no, I need to move away from this and put distance between this person, but these people that I've dated in the past, and knowing that I'm going to become a better person and a better version of myself. So I'd like to see that in July, and maybe this person is where you were just like, okay, I'm done. You just threw the paper up in there and we're like, I'm done. So the Six of Cups, though, has you being nostalgic about somebody. These bitches came popping out. Sorry, excuse my language. Queen of Wands in reverse, Judgment card. Okay. Why is the Six of Cups here? Yeah, Judgment. Hello. Why is the Six of Cups here in reverse for Virgos as they move out of July? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. Okay. So it's good because I think you do have your head on straight in regards to this. So you are having nostalgia. You are kind of thinking about that, clinging, but I feel like you take yourself out of it because the Queen of Wands in reverse, you realize that this is disempowering you. Okay. It doesn't make you feel very confident. Even though, yeah, you do think about it, after you do think about or have these thoughts or whatever, possibly even thinking about reconciling with this person after July, you don't like how it makes you feel. It just drains the power out of you. And the Queen of Wands upright is so strong and she embraces challenges and she's powerful. And in the reverse, not so much. Okay. She lacks confidence. She's worried about what other people think. And, so I think you catch yourself with the Judgment card and you say to yourself, okay, let me look at this situation. And you're really looking at it and judging it for what it is rather than what you want it to be with the Six of Cups. And I feel like you say, okay, we had a good time when it lasted. Now it's time to let go of these regrets. This isn't the type of relationship I want to perpetuate in my life. And you make a decision about that with the Judgment card, very clear, very concise decision to move forward. And with the Devil card in reverse, which is the card of Capricorn, you say to yourself, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't need this. This is, a really negative habit that I seem to have when these people land into my lap. And I was bound to it, and it was a pattern that I was bound to, but I'm not going to do it anymore. And one thing I love about the Devil card in reverse is that whenever someone decides to get out of something, whatever it is, it ends up being easier than they actually thought it was. Okay, so that's actually what prevents them from getting out of it, because they say, oh my God, it's going to be so impossible to change, or it's going to be so hard to get out of this relationship, or what have you. But once they kind of like take baby steps, or they step over the threshold, they kind of look back and are like, holy crap, that wasn't half as bad as I made it out to be. Ergo, you stayed in the situation longer than you needed to, right? Just because you thought it was going to be bad. So I do think you catch yourself and you break out of it, which is really awesome. And I really like to see that. That is pretty much the reading. If it resonated, consider a personal reading. My email is below. Just send me an email. Hit the link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, an ex, soon to be ex. And in there, I'll have something you don't know about them. And if they're seeing someone and or is interested in somebody else, Playlists. 2020 Sun Moon predictions are in my playlist. What's your ideal career is in my playlist. What's your compatibility with your partner's sun sign is in my playlist, and I'm still working on those. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, adios. Bye.